The devil really exists. What I heard shocked me. What did the devil tell Nikola Tesla in his dream? Only a few people are familiar with this mystery, and Tesla himself has never sought to uncover it. He mentioned it only once when talking to Mark Twain, his close friend and an outstanding American writer. Their relationship was unusual, filled with mutual respect and friendship, which lasted until Twain's death in 1910. When Twain passed away, he was 75 years old, and Tesla was 54 years old. It was an amazing friendship. It was then that Tesla revealed his innermost secret to Twain, and Twain in turn told it to his daughter Clara on his deathbed. Mark Twain, whose real name was Samuel Clemens, felt that his life was coming to an end. In his works, God often does not appear in the best light, sometimes even as a cruel and unfair force. Twain tended towards agnosticism. He did not deny the existence of a higher power, but criticized religious institutions, especially Christianity. Many have heard that in moments of danger, people tend to turn to God, such as during accidents, catastrophes, or when they know that the end is near. In youth, a person can easily reason about the existence of God, but facing death, deeper reflections begin to arise about what can be expected on the other side of life, beyond the so-called rainbow bridge. It is not surprising that Twain and Tesla often talked about philosophical topics related to death and faith. In one of these conversations, Tesla revealed his secret for the first and only time. There is no record of this conversation. On his deathbed, Twain conveyed these words to his daughter Clara. Nikola Tesla was a personality who was often called extraordinary and eccentric. From an early age, he was confronted with mysterious visions and strange hallucinations. His sleep was unusually short, only 2 hours a day, and Tesla himself claimed that he received ideas for his inventions through guidance. In addition, his memory was phenomenal. Once he saw, he remembered for the rest of his life. However, despite his talents, in 1907, Tesla faced financial difficulties, including debts for accommodation at the hotel where he lived. The implementation of his inventions required significant investments. Tesla was so unique that he periodically retreated to his laboratories, where he connected a high-frequency device to his head and passed powerful electrical discharges through his brain. In one of his interviews, he mentioned that he had passed 150,000 volts through his head. After such experiments, Tesla fell into a state resembling lethargic sleep, which lasted much longer than normal sleep. This condition, similar to clinical death, is characterized by a slow metabolism, but at the same time the body is able to maintain vital processes independently, unlike coma. One day, when Tesla was wandering through the labyrinths of his mind again, trying to put his thoughts in order, he felt something unusual. It seemed to him that he was being watched, and eventually he became aware of the presence of someone else's mind. If many people imagine the devil as a terrible horned creature, then this is a misconception. In Tesla's world, the devil appeared to him in the form of a bunch of light, slightly different in spectrum and density from the surrounding space. Tesla decided to try to get in touch with him. He saw the devil as a luminous blob, and it occurred to him that in some languages, the name of the devil, for example Lucifer, translates as light bearer. In Latin, the word lux means light, and fere means to carry. In Roman mythology, Lucifer was associated with the morning star Venus, which corresponds to ancient Greek phosphorus and Slavic prostration. However, since the late Middle Ages, in the Christian tradition, Lucifer has become a symbol of the fallen angel, who is identified with Satan. I'm sorry for the slight deviation, let's get back to the story. Intrigued, Tesla decided to try to make contact with the mysterious light. This light began to communicate with the scientist using telepathy. The dialogue that arose was far from the usual question-and-answer conversation. It was more like a sudden influx of a vast amount of information into his mind, as if new neural connections were forming instantly. In an instant, Tesla understood everything. It was like a bright flash of insight when everything becomes obvious. The light he saw turned out to be the devil. This devil was one of the angels of God whose task it was to observe life on earth. However, he was not an enemy of the Creator. That someone is capable of rebelling against God is a mistake. The devil fulfilled his role given to him by God, acting far from the throne of the Creator. These duties brought him sadness and a sense of detachment, but also an interest in those who tried to penetrate God's plan by leaving the physical body through unusual ways. The devil was familiar with meetings with so-called travelers who reached this state through meditation and strict fasts designed to weaken the power of the body over the mind. The devil and Tesla studied each other as if their minds had briefly connected. Tesla felt incredible power, realizing the power his inventions could give, and saw their potential for both good and evil. He understood that his creations could change the world, but he also realized the devastating effect they could have. This realization made him uneasy. Tesla pulled away, and the contact was severed. His body began to twitch convulsively, and he felt himself hit on a hard surface. When he came to, he was overcome with panic. His clothes were soaked through with sweat, and his heart was pounding wildly. Thanks to his phenomenal memory, Tesla was able to remember every detail of this event, experienced on the verge of life and death. He thought back to that vision over and over again. Many people know that Tesla could have had a huge impact on the course of world history, but this did not happen. His ideas, such as the transmission of electricity through the atmosphere and the creation of death rays, were never embodied either in the form of weapons or in any other significant application. Tesla destroyed all his records. There are rumors that atmospheric electricity technology has been used in some major cities, but I won't go into the details of this topic. The devil tempted Tesla, offering him a sense of power and authority. However, as Tesla himself claimed, he managed to resist and distract himself from this temptation in time. He is now remembered as one of the greatest geniuses, not as a villain. In a conversation with Mark Twain, Tesla admitted that he believes in the existence of God, and the devil tests people, testing their resilience and revealing their true essence. He also shared his belief that death is not the end, and that no person who has ever lived on Earth disappears forever. They are all here, next to us. These were the revelations of Nikola Tesla. This story may seem incredible, and there will certainly be skeptics among you, as well as those who find it quite plausible. Perhaps there is a grain of truth in these revelations. People often tend to justify their misdeeds by external forces, including the devil, saying, "The devil has confused me." However, all the troubles of this world are committed by human hands, and no one forces someone to throw garbage on the street or ignore a hungry animal. Perhaps the devil was sent to Earth as a kind of control, whose task is to test us, to show who we really are. Write in the comments what you think of Nikola Tesla's words and whether you find them useful. Dear friends, thank you for watching my video to the end. If you liked it, please like it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's very important. Thank you, and have a nice day.